In a small town, surrounded by mountains and bathed by a tranquil river, lived Anna. She was a woman in her early 30s, whose eyes revealed the depth of her experiences. Anna was always known for her kindness and determination, but life had been relentless with her. At dawn, Anna would wake up before the sun, preparing herself for another day of hard work. She worked at a small local bakery, where her bread and cakes were appreciated by everyone in the community. But behind her welcoming smile and skilled hands, there was a heart that bore the scars of past battles. Anna lived alone in a modest little house, whose walls held stories of sadness and overcoming. Her mornings began quietly, accompanied only by the bird song and the aroma of fresh coffee. Each day was a struggle to find the strength to continue, and each night was a reminder of the challenges she faced. But there was something special about Anna, something that others couldn't see, but that she felt deeply within her being. It was a flame of hope, an intuition that something greater was in store for her. And despite all the adversities, she did not let this flame go out. In this peaceful setting, Anna began another day. And unbeknownst to her, she was about to embark on a journey that would change her life forever. A journey that would begin with a simple yet powerful prayer. To understand the depth of Anna's journey, we need to go back in time, exploring the roots of her pains and the tortuous paths that brought her here. Anna was born into a humble family, where love was abundant but resources were scarce. From a young age, she learned the value of hard work and resilience, helping her mother in the fields and her father in the carpentry. Anna's childhood, despite the difficulties, was marked by moments of simple happiness. Playing outdoors, shared laughter around the dinner table, and a sense of belonging in her small community. However, life did not take long to show its darker side. At 10 years old, Anna lost her mother to a sudden illness. The absence of her maternal figure left a deep void in her heart, a void that her father, despite his best efforts, could not fill. The relationship between father and daughter, although affectionate, became silent and marked by constant mourning. In her teenage years, Anna stood out in school for her intelligence and determination. She dreamed of studying nursing, wanting to care for others the way she couldn't care for her mother. But fate had other plans. At 18, her father suffered a work accident that left him incapacitated. Anna then took on the responsibility of supporting the household, indefinitely postponing her dreams. Adulthood brought new challenges. Anna married young, seeking in love a way to fill her emotional gaps. However, the marriage, which began with promises of eternal happiness, quickly dissolved amid fights and disappointments. Her husband, unable to deal with his own frustrations, ended up abandoning her, leaving her alone once again. These years of suffering and abandonment shaped Anna into a resilient woman, but they also left her marked by a deep sense of loneliness and helplessness. Each scar on her heart told a story of loss, but also of a silent strength that kept her standing. And so, carrying the weight of a painful past, Anna moved forward with an almost invisible hope that maybe one day, life would have something better in store for her. And it was this hope that, little by little, began to manifest in an unexpected and transformative way. And then came the moment that marked Anna's life forever. After years of silent battles and broken hearts, she found herself at the lowest point of her journey. On a cold and rainy night, Anna returned home after an exhausting day at the bakery, only to find a letter on the kitchen table. Her partner, the one in whom she had placed her last hopes for happiness, had left without looking back. The words in the letter were harsh and full of resentment. He blamed her for his own dissatisfactions, for the things that hadn't worked out in their lives. With each line read, Anna's heart tightened more, and tears began to fall, silent and incessant. She felt betrayed, abandoned, and crushed by a sadness that seemed unbearable. Loneliness became palpable in that small house. The spaces that were once filled with laughter and conversations now echoed only the sound of her own despair. The nights became longer and darker, and the days an endless sequence of mechanical and purposeless tasks. Anna began to question the very meaning of her existence. Amidst this internal storm, the flame of hope that she always carried within her began to flicker. Despair threatened to engulf her soul, and she found herself on the brink of the abyss, contemplating the darkness that seemed never-ending. It was at this moment, at the peak of her pain and vulnerability, that Anna felt more lost than ever. Each day seemed an insurmountable challenge. The weight of betrayal and abandonment was almost unbearable. Anna isolated herself, distancing herself even from the people who still cared about her. The shadows of her past and present began to suffocate any glimpse of a future she could imagine. It was at this lowest point, in this abyss of pain and loneliness, that something unexpected began to emerge. A small seed of change, still imperceptible, but ready to sprout. Anna was about to discover that, even in the darkest nights, a new light can be born. And this light would begin to shine in a way she never imagined, transforming her life in a profound and lasting manner. In the depths of her pain, when everything seemed lost, Anna found a new path. On a cold morning, still under the weight of abandonment and loneliness, she decided to leave the house for a walk. The fresh air seemed to clear her thoughts, even if just for a moment. During her walk, Anna passed by a small church that had always been there, but she had never truly noticed. Something drew her inside, perhaps the promise of a refuge, a place where she could find a bit of peace. She entered and was greeted by a tranquil environment, illuminated by soft rays of sunlight streaming through the stained glass windows. Inside, Anna met an elderly woman, Mrs. Maria, known for her wisdom and compassion. Maria noticed the sadness in Anna's eyes and, with a gentle smile, invited her to sit and talk. Without knowing why, Anna felt an immediate trust in this stranger. And so, she opened up, sharing her pains, losses, and the overwhelming feeling of abandonment. Maria listened attentively, without interruptions, and in the end, she held Anna's hands tenderly. "My dear," said Maria, "we all face moments of darkness, but it is in the darkness that the light of prayer shines the brightest. I myself found strength in prayer during my most difficult times. Why don't you give it a try?" Anna had never been very religious, but something in Maria's words resonated deeply in her heart. The simplicity and sincerity of that invitation touched her in a way she couldn't explain. She decided to give it a chance, without great expectations, just in the hope of finding some relief. Maria taught Anna a simple prayer, one she could recite every morning. "Start your day with this prayer," said Maria, "and let it guide your heart and your steps." That night, upon returning home, Anna felt a bit lighter, as if a small weight had been lifted from her shoulders. The next morning, still enveloped in sadness, she got up earlier than usual. She sat in her favorite chair, closed her eyes, and began to recite the prayer Maria had taught her. "Lord, guide my steps today. Illuminate my path and give me strength to overcome my challenges. May I find peace and courage in your love." Upon finishing, she felt a gentle warmth in her chest, a sense of calm she hadn't experienced in a long time. It was just the beginning, but Anna felt that something was changing. And so, she began to incorporate this practice into her daily routine, without knowing that this simple act of faith and surrender would start to transform her life in ways she could never have imagined. As the days passed, the morning prayer became an anchor for Anna, a moment of peace and reflection before facing daily adversities. In the beginning, the practice was difficult. Anna felt an internal resistance, a part of her that doubted the effectiveness of simple words in the face of so much pain. But every morning, she persisted, reciting the prayer Maria had taught her, seeking a thread of hope. At the bakery, while her hands worked with the dough and ingredients, her mind began to open to new possibilities. Anna started to notice small details that had previously gone unnoticed. The smile of a child biting into a fresh piece of bread, the gratitude in customers' eyes, and the beauty of the rising sun reflected in the shop windows. Each small moment became an opportunity for gratitude, a proof that, even in the simplest tasks, there was a purpose and hidden beauty. Anna began writing in a journal, recording her thoughts and feelings after each prayer. In the beginning, her words were filled with sadness and doubt, but slowly, more positive reflections began to emerge. She started to ask herself, what if prayer can really change my perspective? What if I can find strength within myself to transform my life? Challenges continued to arise. There were days when the pain of the past returned with force, and Anna felt tempted to give up. However, something inside her had changed. Instead of succumbing to despair, she found a quiet place within herself where she could seek solace. Prayer was not just a set of words. It had become an intimate dialogue with a greater force, a moment of reconnection with herself and something beyond. Doubts and fears did not completely disappear, but Anna began to develop a new resilience. Each prayer was an opportunity to strengthen her spirit, to remind herself of her capacity to overcome adversities. She started to realize that true transformation did not come only from external circumstances, but from an internal change, a renewal of her own faith and determination. Maria continued to be a wise and loving guide. They met regularly, sharing stories and reflections. Anna began to understand that prayer was not just an isolated practice, but part of a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. With each encounter, she felt stronger, more connected, and more prepared to face whatever life had in store for her. Anna's journey was far from over, but she had found a new direction, a new purpose. The daily prayer not only calmed her heart but also illuminated her path, guiding her step by step towards a fuller and more meaningful life. And so, with each passing day, Anna came closer to her true transformation, one step at a time, always with faith and gratitude in her heart. As the weeks went by, the effects of Anna's daily prayer practice began to manifest in subtle but significant ways. Amidst her routines, small changes started to appear, almost like flowers blooming in a garden after the rain. At work, Anna noticed that her patience had expanded. Where she once got irritated with minor setbacks, she now found serenity. An impatient customer or a batch of bread that didn't turn out right no longer shook her tranquility. Instead, she responded with a gentle smile and a positive attitude, earning the admiration and respect of her colleagues and customers. At home, Anna's mornings were filled with new energy. Her morning prayer had become a sacred ritual, a moment of renewal that prepared her spirit for the day. It was as if the universe responded to this new vibration. Small miracles began to happen. An unexpected bill paid, a sincere compliment from a stranger, or a casual encounter that brought unexpected joy. One of the most significant moments occurred when Anna ran into an old school friend, Clara, who had moved to another city years ago. Clara was passing through, and upon seeing Anna, she recognized her immediately. They began to talk, and Clara, upon hearing about the difficulties Anna had faced, offered her an opportunity. Clara now ran a local charity organization and was looking for someone to help coordinate a new community project. Initially hesitant, Anna accepted the proposal. Through this new role, she found a new passion. Helping others in need brought her a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment. Every act of kindness and service she performed seemed to reflect directly in her own life, bringing her even more blessings and gratitude. Moreover, Anna began to notice a change in her personal relationships. People around her noticed her transformation and were drawn to her new inner light. Friends and family, who had previously been distant, started to reconnect. And Anna, now stronger and more centered, was able to rebuild these bonds with love and understanding. The greatest change, however, was internal. Anna felt a new peace that had seemed unattainable before. Her faith and trust in prayer were no longer just a desperate attempt to find comfort, but a constant source of strength and guidance. She began to see life with new eyes, appreciating every moment and finding beauty even in the simplest things. Anna's transformation was evident to everyone around her, but most importantly, to herself. Each small change, each act of kindness, and each moment of reflection brought her closer to her true essence, revealing the strong, resilient, and compassionate woman who had always existed within her. And so, with each passing day, Anna continued to flourish, guided by the light of prayer that now illuminated every step of her path. Then came the decisive moment in Anna's life, a turning point that would bring a profound and lasting transformation. One day, while working at the bakery, Anna received an unexpected call. It was from the charity organization where she volunteered. Clara, her longtime friend, informed her that a major project was about to start: the construction of a community center to support needy families in the area. Clara's enthusiasm was contagious, but there was a challenge. They needed someone reliable and dedicated to lead the project, someone with enough heart and strength to handle the difficulties that would come. Clara saw Anna as the ideal person for this mission. However, for Anna, taking on such a big responsibility was daunting. The fear of failure, doubts about her abilities, everything seemed like an insurmountable barrier. That night, Anna sat in her usual spot and, with trembling hands, began her prayer. Lord, guide my steps. Show me the way and give me strength to face this new challenge. May I be an instrument of your peace and love. Upon finishing, a sense of calm and certainty began to wash over her. She remembered Maria's words, the old friend from the church. Prayer is not just asking, but also listening for the answer in your heart. Anna felt that the answer was clear. This challenge was an opportunity sent by God, a chance to use her experiences and pains to help others. The next day, Anna accepted the role of project leader. The work was hard and the responsibilities enormous. She had to deal with bureaucracies, raise funds, and organize volunteers. However, each obstacle was met with the strength and faith she had cultivated over months of prayer. Anna's determination inspired everyone around her, and the community began to rally around the cause. There were tough moments, of course. There were days when Anna felt overwhelmed, nights when doubts returned. But in each of those moments, she turned to her prayer, finding renewal and courage. The vision of the community center began to take shape, not just as a building, but as a symbol of hope and renewal for the entire community. The culmination was the inauguration of the community center. Anna was there, surrounded by friends, family, and all those who had been touched by her journey. As she cut the red ribbon, tears of joy streamed down her face. The woman who was once lost and broken was now at the heart of a vibrant and united community, ready to make a difference in the lives of many others. Anna's turning point was not just an isolated event but the result of continuous and profound transformation. Through prayer, she found not only comfort but an unshakable strength. And so, the woman who once felt abandoned and hopeless became a beacon of light and love to all around her, proving that with faith and determination, any challenge can be overcome. This turning point marked not the end but the beginning of a new life for Anna, a life full of purpose, love, and positive impact. The inauguration of the community center marked the beginning of a new era in Anna's life, and in the lives of all those she touched with her determination and faith. From that moment on, the community flourished in ways no one could have imagined. The center became a gathering place, a beacon of hope, and a symbol of resilience and renewal. Anna continued her tireless work, leading programs that helped families rebuild, offering training courses, and creating spaces for emotional support. Her story of overcoming adversity became a source of inspiration for many. People of all ages came to her, seeking advice, strength, and the same comfort she had found in prayer.
In her mornings, Ana maintainet her sacred ritual.
The prayer that had been her anchor in the darkest times was now a celebration of gratitude and purpose. Lord, thank you for guiding my steps. Continue to illuminate my path and give me the strength to keep serving this community. May your light shine through me. The small bakery, where it all began, was now a vibrant place, not just of business, but of meaningful encounters and exchanges. Customers came not only for the delicious breads and cakes but for Anna's inspiring presence. She always had a kind word, a warm smile, and a story of hope to share. Anna's transformation was visible to everyone. She was no longer the woman broken by abandonment and pain, but a strong, compassionate, and vibrant leader. Her journey had shown that even in the worst circumstances, there is always the possibility of rebirth and renewal. Prayer had not only changed her perspective, but had truly transformed her reality. Reflecting on her path, Anna realized that every challenge, every moment of pain, had been a preparation for something greater. The scars on her heart were now marks of her journey, reminders that true strength is born in hardship. Her life had become a testament to the power of faith and resilience. For the audience, Anna's story serves as a powerful reminder. No matter how difficult the circumstances, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Prayer, faith, and determination can transform the darkest situations into opportunities for growth and renewal. Anna showed everyone that with an open heart and a resilient mind, it is possible to overcome any obstacle and find new purpose in life. And so, Anna continued her journey, always grateful, always strong, always inspiring those around her. Her story is a legacy of hope, showing that true change begins within us, and that with faith and action, we can transform the world around us.